Okay, lovely members, ready for part 2. So I'm going to teach you how to design your Cupcake Aperture card, and these are all the things that you're going to basically learn how to do. And we might even throw in a bit of text for a sentiment on a little tag. So you can do it all. It's like cooking everything in a Thermomix, which I'm doing at the moment as well. Okay. Alright, so by now hopefully you've imported or uploaded the cupcakes that you've chosen, and I showed you how to do that in part 1. So this is the next step. Now I've got 3 individual ones here, but if you happened to get some that were stuck together, because they come in as an image, one image, you can't ungroup them. But it's very, very easy, and I would do this with the slice tool rather than the contour tool, because with the contour tool you'll get all of these interferences. So very easy. Go and get a shape. I just selected the square, and I'm going to send that, always send it behind, doesn't matter what colour it is, and unlock it with the padlock. Get used to doing that from the get-go. Now before I move on, I'm just going to duplicate that one more time. I shouldn't need to do it another time. Centre back. And let's get that one. Let's do this one first. So just highlight those two and go slice. Now get used to using your layer panel to the right. Yes, it's easy enough to go click, 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 but anything that comes in once you've just done that particular, particular step, so the step we used then was the slice step, it always goes to the top. Alright, so we'll be looking at keeping the 2 muffins. Actually, we'll be looking at getting rid of that one. So that should be, alright, so there's 2 lots there. Pick any one, they're both the same. And get rid of the other one. So that's telling you it's this one here. So that's 1. Then we'll move and we'll do the same for the second lot. So slice. So that came in funny. I don't like that one, but we'll just keep it for now. And then you've got those. So now what we need to do is separate these guys, and we can do those all together. So select another shape, a square, arrange, send it to the back, and unlock. It's just hard to grab. Alright. Okay. Put it up there. Make sure you cover them and you're slicing them. You don't have to slice them from here, but we will make a duplicate. Duplicate. I don't know why I say duplicate. Alright, and then we're going to select all of those. Now, have a look. Alright, I think what we need to do there, what we need to do there is select those 2 and slice. So now you've got those 2 separated. So now you'll have to do these two. I would just bring it over here. I'm getting rid of that one. So just bring it over, make sure that's hidden. Those two and slice. You'll get used to it as long as that's covered. So we're going to get rid of that now. We'll get rid of one of those. Actually, I don't like that one, so I'm getting rid of that one altogether. Okay, and then we're getting rid of that. And slice. So remember, you can only slice two things at a time because these two were joined and not the three across. We had to pick the whole image, which is those two. But now they've been sliced off. And we have 1, 2. Now, I'm just going to resize these big ones. So that is, let's go with the height. Let's make them 3.3. See, 3.3 with your padlock closed, so 3.3. And that makes them roughly the same height, 3.3. And we're going to resize all those with the height of 3.3. Don't worry about the width. As long as the height is all the same. And we do need one more. I'm just going to do all these. So that's 7.5. I want 3.3 high. And that one is 3.3 high. So we've got one. And that one can be a little bit skinnier, which I'm going to make it a little bit skinnier. 1, 2. I'm just going to copy one of those for now, but you can make sure that you have picked 9 or 12. So obviously if you've got 12, they'll be smaller. All right, next step. I want to make a template for your card. So it's done with shapes. I'll go to the free shapes. So just press your square. Uncheck the padlock. Remember, my card sizes are 4x6. So opened up, it's 8x6. Right, so the card base, and this is the one that is drawn on when we turn these to a drawer. So we're going to go 8x6. We're going to change the colour to something a bit nicer. That's my card base. I'm going to duplicate that, change the colour. What will we go? Let's go pink. And this is going to be the topper, and I always make my toppers fit so they look like a layer on the base of the card. So I bring them in so that they are 1/4 inch smaller than the card. So half of that card is going to be 4. So the topper will be 3.75. Unlock your padlock. Your width will be 3.75 and your height will be 5.75. So that brings it in to look like a nice layer on your card. So what I want to do next is bring in the shapes, and we're going to put a score line. Now leave this out if you don't have a score tool. I use the Explore Air tool and I put my score tool in. If not, leave it out and just score it on your scoreboard at the 4-inch mark. But I like doing it this way. I'm selecting that the shift key and the green card, which is the base, and I'm going to align them center, and then I'm going to find that score line and resize it to 6, and I'll just move it up. So everything just moves. So there's ways to do everything. I could have aligned that again, but it's just as easy to use. Now, I just want to eyeball this. I can use a line. Sorry. Okay, we'll go that. Select the pink, shift, and then the green, and then you want to align, and I think it's center vertically. Okay. So you just choose the things that you want to move. If you did the whole lot, well, then your line will move as well. Now I'm going to attach that line, so the score line over here on the right hand side, and the green card. So the shift key and the green card. So you'll see that only those two are dark grey and they've been selected, and then I'm going down and then I'm attaching it. So you can only attach 2 things at a time, and as long as we're not cutting out, we're not cutting out on this base card, we're actually drawing on this, it's fine to attach. If I was slicing, which is what I would need to do, I wouldn't be able to attach that to the last minute. Okay, so that's moved itself to the front. We just need to, while it is highlighted, send it to the back. But don't forget, as you go along, please save your work. Don't we all know that? Alright, so that's saved up until now. And just for the get-go, I'm just going to group them. So what we're doing now is we're concentrating on these over here. We're going to align them. Let's just move that over. You could do 1 or 2 things. You can make them random like that to cut on your card. So you know, you could put them wherever you want. So we could probably do that one and align and align bottom. Move them up. Yeah. That one and that one, align bottom. Move them up. Keeping in mind we've still got a shadow. So I digress with a lot of things, but what we really need to be doing now is making the shadow. So we'll move on to that. Okay, we're going to make the offset. Very easy. Select your first cupcake, go to offset, press in 0.060, press apply. Now while it is highlighted, so you don't have to go and click on off and on again, while it's highlighted I want the color changed. Let's go orange. Then I want you to go down to contour. I want to hide all contour and then close. Then I want to select both. You'll have to go off and then select again and then group. So that's number 1. So do the same, offset. It should come in at the same offset that you finished on before, so it's still on 0.60, which will make the process a lot faster. So here we go. Apply, color change, orange. We want to see the shadow only and none of all these bits that are sitting in there. So you go hide all contours, and that leaves the black out. Do that, click off, select again and group. Next, I'll just do it.
Finish these with a little fast forward music, and then we'll come back and do the next steps. Alright, so the next step will be positioning. Now they've all been grouped. I'll put these in straight lines. So you could do like I showed you before, started showing you, or random shots, you know, but I'll do the straight ones. So we're going to align bottom, so just use the align feature, space them out. I would just eyeball them. Alright, let's move those over there. Align bottom. And then align bottom. Okay. Then do the sides. I'm going to go align, center horizontally. The middle ones, align, center horizontally, and these ones are align, center horizontally. Alright, anytime you want to move them, now that you've aligned them, just group them all together, making sure you've got enough. I don't like, they're a bit close, and don't forget these are going to go smaller, so you have to watch the space. Okay, now I'm going to resize them all together. So this topper card is, if you remember, 3.75 by 5.75. So let's make this the width about 3. So we're going to the width, keeping the padlock closed. We're going to make those 3. See how much smaller they go, but perfect for the card. So hang on a minute, let me bring this card over, center and foremost there. Now these are all still individually grouped, so I think I'd like to see them go a little bit bigger, but not too much more. Keeping an eye that they're not too close to the fold of the car or the edge of the card. Okay, bottom and top, and we're going to leave a bit of space at the top for a sentiment. So looking at the bounding box there, I could let me check this for you, but see, the problem is they're not grouped, so I have to do it like this. I could group them all and then select ungroup. So let's select that and the pink, and then we can go align, center horizontally like that. So you can do that. They're all grouped, so I'll have to ungroup them now. See how that moved a bit? Okay, now the next step is that we have to, because they're grouped individually, we have to ungroup them now. Yes. So if you have a look over on your layers, you've got group, group, and they're grouped. So you just select the word group and then ungroup. Go down to the next one, ungroup. So on and so forth. Bit of speed music. Now what I want you to do is select the drawn bits. So this is, it's coming down to the wire now. So start on the bottom. I've worked out that it's it likes it better when you start down the bottom. And start with the first one. See how it's greyed out? It's giving you that. I want you to hit Control, and not Shift, but Control, and then hit that. All those drawn cupcakes, keeping your finger on the Control button or Command for your apple. Okay, then what you're going to do is you're going to select I've got to think of this. Alright, we're going to go group with those, right, and then we're going to select them, which they are, and then the Shift key, and we're going to select the green card. Hopefully that selected it. Yep. And then we're going to go attach. So they're actually going to draw on there. So we're going to hide all that now till we're left with this. So because we have to slice these guys, instead of doing it one at a time, do what you did with the other cupcakes. And this way they're all the same now, so it makes it a lot easier. So all those orange cupcakes, so select the first one, hit your Control key, and then start selecting all those cupcake images. And what we're going to do with these is we're going to weld. Grouping won't work. You need to weld them. It won't weld to the card because you didn't select it. So they're all one piece now, which means we can now, so they are one piece now. They should be at the top. Oh, okay, yep, they're at the top. There we go there. So we're going to select those, and then we're going to go down there and select the pink. So Shift pink. See that jumps up there? That's what it's been doing lately. And then we're going to go slice. So the aim of that was to group those guys. Now they should all have gone to the top now. And what we're after is this. So we're just going to highlight those and slice them off and slice those off. Now we're going to bring back our card which we attached. We should have, what have we done? Here we go. So because we didn't move anything, the cupcakes are there. But wait, there's one more step. Well, there's a couple more steps, but one more step for this. We've got to turn those cupcakes. So these guys, we've got to set them to drawn. So they're still at basic cut. Get in a habit of seeing what it says over here. So they need to be drawn. So we're going to go pen, and that has changed to pen over here. So save your work. One little step left to go. Please save. Didn't save yesterday. So one little step left to go, and I'm just going to make a quick tag. Yep, so they've all been attached. It should draw perfectly. Just check that out. Let's go to make it. So if they weren't attached, when you come here, they would be all over the place. We want them to draw in that spot so that when you put the cutout ones on top, they're perfect. So just go back into canvas, and I'm going to do a shape. Unlock your aspect ratio and pick a size. Oh, yeah. I want it to go probably about, what's that, about half. 0.5. That's better. And we don't want it taking over too much. So let's go about 2.5. I'm doing well. 2.5. Enter. Okay. What I want to do is cut a bit of a slant. So I'm going to go to shapes. Select that triangle. And go slice. So we're slicing two objects. I'm going to move that one out of the way, and that's going to be a nice, let's just cut a little bit more off that. I'm going to flip that. I'm going to cut a little bit more off it and angle it just a bit more. So if you stick it behind, and even if you turn it to draw, you'll see the outline. Let me show you. Alright, so the outline can go directly. You need to get that nice pointy corner. Let's see how that goes. So what I did just then is I set that to pen, and that shows you the outline. Is that pointy now? Good enough. Alright, and to enlarge it, I just simply press my control and then use the wheel on my mouse. Alright, rather than going down here and doing this. I don't think you could do that before, but I think you can do that now. So I'm going to stick that to a nice colour, because I am going to be doing this on white cardstock. So I'm just going to do white for now. Get rid of all those. Now I'm going to write these, so I need a single line font. I do not want a font, and I'll show you this. So I have actually purchased single line font. So I'm going to go, what are we going to put? Go there again. Okay, so we're going to write happy birthday. Alright, so while that's highlighted, going to go to the font panel, and the name of my single line font is SLF. That'll do for now. Single line font. I have two, black tuxedo and white linen, which is my favourite. So that's a single line font. Let me get you one and show you that isn't a single line font, but maybe you can search in the filters under writing and go search. So this says it's a single layer cutting writing. Let's just see what the difference is. Oh, hang on a minute. Let me duplicate that. It's not too bad actually. That one was SLF. What I do? Back and forth, back and forth. Come on. More movie. Alright, what have you done now? Go back, clear all. SLF, that one. Okay. So we just want to make sure that Alicia's stencil script, okay, you don't have to purchase. Where was it? Really? Let's just, wow, there we go. All right, so if you've got access, you can use that. Otherwise, go into filters and use your fonts for writing as well. It's lovely how it comes up nothing. Clear all, even if you did your fonts. All right. All right. This is a good example. So that looks like to you that it might be a writing font, but look at the difference. Now let's have a look at these in the pen view, which will show you the outline. See how that stays a single font? And this one, even though it looks solid, has an outline. So your blade or your pen will cut that outline. Clearly, the smaller it is, the better it will be. But your single line fonts will work much better. I hope that clears up a bit. So I'm going to just make sure that fits in there. That's all I'm going to do. Nothing too simple. Align it to center. Yep. Align to center, making sure that nothing goes above and beyond. And our tower, okay, sorry. Then we've got to select that text, and we need to make sure it's in pen, which it is. All right, and then select both of those and attach. Once again, if it isn't attached, when you go to make it, it will be all over the place. So that's going to cut out separately and save your work. And that's it. So I'm going to go off and make that so I can show you a picture at the beginning. And please make this card. Please learn how to use the features around Design Space and get used to it. But this is quite a challenge, this one, for people that don't know. But if you follow what I've given you in this tutorial, I would love, love, love to see some of the cards that you guys come up with. So let's challenge yourself. Alrighty, so thanks for looking, guys. Please don't just like my tutorials. Give me well done rocks or thank you very much. Something that shows me that you're present, that you're here. We've got nearly 400 members in this group, but some of them are laying quite dormant. And it's not a great deal of members. I think if you need to be a member of a group, the more this group grows, the more I'll be able to share my tutorials with you. And you'll learn a lot more. So cheers for now, guys. See ya. Bye-bye.